And if you haven't played Mini Express before, it's a strategic railroad game where players are playing as different investors, investing into 4 different railroads. And this is a game that plays very similar to Mini Rails if you've ever played that, where on your turn, each player is going to be taking one of 2 actions, either gaining a stock in a company or laying track to expand a company's railroad. But that's pretty much where the similarities between the 2 games end. But the reason that you want to lay down track is so that you can connect to new cities, because each of the cities is going to be color coded to one of the railways. But no matter which railway that you connect to it, you're going to gain influence in the railway matching the color of the city. And you're going to want to gain influence to score victory points at the end of the game, but you can also spend influence in order to perform the other action, which is taking a stock. And the way that you do that is that you're going to decrease your influence in that railway equal to the number of trains currently in that company's reservoir. And the game just continues like this, with each player taking an action on their turn, and the game's going to end as soon as 2 railways, trains, or stocks are completely depleted. And players are going to score points by multiplying the number of shares that they hold in a railway by a points multiplier that is dictated by the amount of influence that they hold in that railway relative to the other players. And whoever has the most points wins the game. And the 2 expansions are going to be adding a Great Britain map where you're going to be able to construct the London Underground. And this is also going to offer different ferries scattered around the island, allowing players to jump from one end of the board to the other, also allowing connections to other countries where you can gain a wild influence that can be for any of the railways. And then there's the Taiwan Map, where players will be working with the Japanese government, tunneling through mountains and creating blank cities that are a sort of wild city that can gain you influence in any of the railways. The map also allows players to collaborate for powerful rewards, but also comes with the risk of serious consequences. And then there's the Japan map, where players will be building new lines to connect the 6 different Japanese railway companies. And this one's going to be offering a very large map covering all of Japan, and players will be able to build ferries, bridges, and underwater tunnels in order to connect the 4 islands. And finally, there's the Spain map, which is going to have players recreate the journey from the last steam locomotive all the way to the AVE, which is the longest high-speed rail network in Europe. And along the way, players will be collecting demand tiles to trade for bonuses. And if this sounds like one that you're interested in, you'll definitely want to check out their campaign page before the campaign launches. Head over to this link on their website and then sign up to make sure that you get this free metal token added to your pledge.